Hi, Patrick. Just get your general thoughts on that game. Good for disappointing perhaps for the first half hour, but a really, really good second half.
No, first half not disappointed. I think Liverpool was the better team. I think we tried to close them down, but the way they moved the ball around, it was quite really difficult for us to put more pressure on the ball. So it was tough. It was really challenging that first minute for us. And when they had a good period, they scored those 2 goals. And on the other side, we came back in the second half, where I believe physically we take over, and the momentum was in our side. And we had a chance to score that goal, which was, I believe, a really good play. And then we had that momentum and a couple of chances that we didn't play especially well. But I was proud with my teams, with my players, with the way we came back in that second half.
And how pleased were you with that reaction in the second half?
Sorry?
How pleased were you with the reaction from your players in the second half?
I was really proud. That was a really positive reaction. That is what I expected. That is what I wanted from them, and they give it to me. When you're looking at the fans behind, they were behind us as well, and I think we tried our best to get back and try to get the points from that game.
And your thoughts on 2 key decisions in the game, possible offside for Firmino in the first half of the second goal, and obviously the penalty at the end. Did you think they were both correct decisions?
Possible offside, I think that is a word that couldn't be acceptable in our world. Is offside or is not offside? It has an impact on the game, or it doesn't have an impact on the game. He had an impact on that situation, so he must be an offside. And then the penalty, I don't even want to talk about it, because I don't want to be disrespectful to the referees and to the referee today, because I can't understand how he managed to give that penalty, because I look at it in every single angle, and I still don't understand how that can be a penalty. So that decision take our hope away to get back to the game and to get the point. So that was a really poor decision by the referee.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, Mark Wyatt, Football London.
Hi, Patrick. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I just want to take you back to that first goal, if you don't mind. Obviously, it's a bullet header from Virgil van Dijk, but another set piece conceded from another corner as well. Is that worrying for you?
No, not at all. When was the last time that we conceded a corner? Exactly. So sometimes you have to accept that the corner has been taken quite really well. And then Van Dijk, the timing and the aggressivity that he had and the way that he put the ball, it will happen. So yes, we should defend better. But situation like that, I think when you look at the physicality of the 2 teams and you're looking at the goal that he scored, sometimes, yes, you have to accept it. But that means we shouldn't defend better.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of was made before this game that a lot of players weren't going to be available for both sides. But from what you saw, I thought that Palace really held their own for long periods. What did you make of that?
I think both teams missing player, and that is what we need to deal with it. And when you look at Liverpool's squad, I think they can miss anybody. They always have a players to manage, and we miss players as well. But you look at the players who played today, who played the last couple of games, I'm really happy with the attribution to the team.
And then just finally from me as well, a word on Mota, who obviously started and played really well and was so unselfish to set that goal up for Odsonne as well. How did you rate his performance today?
I think he worked hard, he worked well, and the situation where he gave the ball to Edouard, I think that is just show the type of player that he is. And he's a team player, and I'm really pleased, I'm really happy with what he's showing at the moment. More games he playing and better he's feeling physically, and that's really good for us.
Brilliant, thank you, Patrick.
Thank you. Jean Sylvester, Morning Star. Thank you.
Hi, Patrick. Patrick, I just wanted to go back to the penalty incident that you mentioned there. Do you mind explaining why you thought it wasn't a penalty? Was it the fact that you didn't think there was contact, or what was the reasoning behind that?
The reason behind that is having those meetings with the referees and explaining to coaches about contact is part of the game. And if there's a situation like that, if there is not an obvious contact, there will not going to be any kind of penalties. And this one here, the situation, and when you're looking at Jota, who I believe was quite really smart, and at the same time the referee was quite really naive, or the VAR were quite really naive. So there is no way that Jota could get the ball back and try to score, or there is no way that was like Vince tried to stop. So there is no other way that Vince and Jota will have a contact because of the situation where they were.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
Okay, and the last one, George Sessions, PA.
Hi, Patrick. I know the penalty decision was obviously a real key moment, but do you think, overall, probably Alisson was the difference between the sides? He made 3 huge saves, didn't he, really?
Sorry?
Do you think Alisson was the difference between the sides? He made 2 real key saves from Elise and one from Mateta first half as well.
Yeah, I think he makes some important save at important moment of the game. And that as well, I think when Liverpool had a good period in the first half, they scored those 2 goals. We had moments in the first half where we didn't take them. In the second half, we had periods, we had moments where we didn't take our chances. So I think the game reflects quite well about as well where we need to improve as a maturity, and playing that kind of games against those teams as well will make us improve, because when you're looking at our front 3 today, games like that will make them a better player. So it was a difficult challenge for us, and I think we give ourselves the best chance to get something from the game. And obviously that decision from the referee take our hope away. That poor decision from the referees take our hope away.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much, everyone.